and it's time for a very special basic beer review. Now, those of you who know me will know that I love Deya and I love Rivington as well. But the thing that is very special about this one is, as I mentioned on the previous beer review, the Deya glue is back in Deya. They're brewing it again. They've got this, the Deya glue IPA, all ready to go, and this is an amazing beer. This was a beer that was brewed to celebrate Reg's birthday, and apparently Reg is somebody who in the early days, she was the glue that held the whole thing together, apparently the whole operation together. So they brewed this for a birthday, and apparently that's the picture of Reg on the front there. And it's a cracking IPA, and I will be talking a little bit about me and this IPA, and you know, how I came to love it so much. It is my favourite IPA. Doesn't mean it's the best IPA I've ever had, but it's certainly my favourite. And do I get it cracked open first? I think I get it cracked open first. So yeah, so this is it, the Deya glue. It is, I think my voice is going a bit weird. 6.5% ABV. It is 500ml can. Which is what you get with Deya. You get a nice big 500ml can. I think it was about £6 a can, which is about average nowadays when you're talking about stuff straight from the brewery. And it is Deya glue. It is my favourite IPA, or was my favourite IPA. I've not had it for quite a while, really. I think I first had it in around about 2020, I think, and then I've had it again since about a year or two later. And I've not had it though for a good couple of years, so I'm cracking it open. We're going to get it into this glass. Now, I've got it in this hooded ram glass for a reason, and I'll talk about that as we go. So, here we go, we're off. So, looking at this, let's get a decent amount in there. A little bit of swilling room, not got it all in just yet, but, well, would you look at that? It is a light, very light colour, tiny bit of orange in it, but it's very, very light, actually. That's very, very light. And it's, yeah, it looks like pineapple juice, really. Like, I think it's nice and opaque. It's basically, this was brewed, I think, with Motueka, Raikou, and what's something else. Should be. I'm sure it says on it which is what it's brewed with, but I know that I developed my love for Motueka through this, and I know it's like a few New Zealand hops are in there. But yeah, it doesn't actually say here. Usually, it used to say what the hops were in it, but it's not doing. But it's Motueka, and I think it's Waiki, is it? I don't know much about hops, but I know there's 3 hops in there, and they are absolutely amazing. Should have done a bit more research than I before I did it. Anyway, before I get a nose on this, I'm just going to talk a little bit about why I fell in love with this beer. A long time ago, when I was first getting into like proper craft beer, the ones that you don't get from the supermarket, I got an order straight from the Deya brewery. I got some Steady Rolling Man, there was some Into the Haze, there was a strong one called Down to Earth, I think it was, and in fact, I think I've still got the label on my wall down there. That's what the label looked like, that orange one, the Down to Earth, and the glue. And I couldn't quite get to grips with the amount of hops that was in there, that kind of earthy dankness that ran through all the beers, and I wasn't a big fan. As I started to drink them more and getting into them, I started kind of understanding, you know, what the thrill was with the hops and stuff, and loving like a really hoppy beer and things. And then when I had this, the Deya glue, I had it once, and then when I had it again, I was sat outside, I was just in the sunshine enjoying this, and I suddenly got it. Something happened. The danky earthness of the hops and just everything else that came with it, the pepperiness and all that, it just came together, and I just fell in love with just hoppy flavours and this particular beer in particular. And then I basically tried the other ones, which I still had some cans of, and they tasted amazing as well. I just loved it, and then I was just going for beers with more hoppiness and just the craft beers, just these really fresh ones, just absolutely amazing. And I just became an addict of these kind of things. And I say the glue was where it all started. The glue was the thing that really got me into the hoppy beers and made me think, you know what, this is what I'm looking for. And it's the yardstick, really. This has been the yardstick that so many beers, so many craft beers that I've had have been measuring up against. So let's see if this measures up against its own yardstick. So I'm going to go on a nose now. Now I know that the nose doesn't quite give you the hoppiness that the taste does. I'm expecting an explosion when I taste it. I certainly got that with Into the Haze when I had that last year. But I'm going to go, well, the year before last year now. I'm going to go in for a smell. God, I can smell it from here. Wow. Here we go. Oh man, yes, there it is. There's something there, that pepperiness on the top. Oh yeah, this is taking me back. This is taking me back to 2020 when I first fell in love with, I mean, 2020 is quite recent, isn't it, really? I've only really been into proper craft beer since about 2020, but this is taking me back to just fall in love with the Deya glue. I mean, I was into things like, you know, the stuff you get from the supermarket, those kind of crafty bits, things by Cloudwater and stuff like that. First time I had something by Deya, though, there was just something in the taste that was different than anything I'd had before, and now I'm just hooked on it, and I'm getting that in the smell. I mean, that smell is just absolutely brimming with pepper, with stone fruit, tropicalness, a little bit of Simcoe sandiness, which is bizarre because there's no Simcoe in there. But it is absolutely hitting me in the face, that nose. It really is. It's absolutely astonishing. And a little bit of dankness there, a little bit of mango. Again, the peach, and just getting this hoppiness just riding over the top of it. It's absolutely amazing. The head is still got some head there. Lovely lacing on the glass there. And this glass, I'm drinking from this glass because this glass, and hopefully I had a picture of it to show you before, was the glass that I had it in when I fell in love with glue. I was drinking it outside in the garden in the sun, which I can't do today because it's raining and it's not sunny. And it was in this glass, and it looked like this, and it smelled like this. And is it going to taste the same? Am I going to go right back to that time? Should we find out? Here we go. Cheers. And there it is, that earthiness. It's really fresh can, this. It was brewed just over a week ago, less than 2 weeks ago. Or it was canned less than 2 weeks ago, so it's ultra fresh. And those Deyas I had that all those years ago were ultra fresh as well. And I'm getting that kind of earthiness coming through on the hops, and it is just amazing. There's nothing quite like it. We've got bags of fruit coming through as well. It's really juicy. It's really tropical. It's got a lovely earthy note riding over it, which is not for everybody. But at the end of the day, in a month or so, that earthy note will go. It's got to be dead fresh or quite fresh to get that earthy note there if you like it. To me, it just adds an extra dimension to it. And yeah, and there's so much fruitiness there. It's really nicely balanced. It's 6.5%, but it drinks really well. So smooth going down. It is a truly remarkable beer. But that kind of earthiness I've not got from anything since. I mean, I know it is ultra fresh, but since I last had a Deya, I think I might have got it with that Into the Haze that I had in 2023. It seems like yesterday when I got back from my holidays, and I went past the Deya tap room and and funnily enough, my voice was going down as well, which is weird. And yeah, I got an Into the Haze, and that was dead fresh, and that had a bit of this. But it's just lovely. It's lovely kind of savoury earthiness, which just offsets the sweetness in a really pleasant way. It is absolutely. I'm gonna bash the rest in it in case there's anything hiding in the bottom of the can, because I know sometimes when you pour the lot, you get more of those lovely flavours that are hiding in the bottom of the can. So we're going to get that in there. This is truly remarkable. This is one of the best beers I've had well, for a while. I mean, I've been drinking many lagers recently, as you know, but so far this is nice. This is better than, dare I say, anything I've had from Rivington recently. Maybe that Blood Machines. I mean, Blood Machines was amazing in a different way. But this is, you know, even though the stuff I've had from Rivington is not matching this at the moment, I don't think. This is absolutely amazing. Yeah, there it is. There it is. That lovely, savoury, earthy note riding over the top there. It takes me back to just being in the garden, in the sun, with some of this, and just thinking, yeah, I get it. I get the hoppiness. I get the craftiness. You know, I just love it. What I came to know is the Deya dankness, and it's there. It just tastes really fresh. Tastes really fresh. Tastes really good. I'm just going to do a quick cutaway because I've got something else to show. That's going to happen soon. So here, the cutaway was going to happen then. It's actually going to happen now. So it's just really to show you a couple of the other things I got on the Deya order. Now I've got some Steady Rolling Man and stuff and the usual kind of thing. Just I wanted to make it up to the to the free delivery amount. But something else. I mean, the reason I did the order was because of this. Really, they had it in. I said the next time they get this in at Deya, I'm doing a Deya order, and I've seen this kind of thing before, but I just saw it then and thought I've got to get some of that as well. First of all, they also had this, which, well, looks like Deya glue, but it's not. It's the Deya Glue Tack Pale Ale, which is 4%. It's just like it's a sessionable version of glue, which will be interesting, very, very interesting. I'm not sure whether to like taste it against the glue. I could taste it against the glue as well as doing a review of it separately. I'm not sure. I got 6 cans of this, so I certainly will have enough to taste test against things. Because also, and this is the one that really excited me, they got this stuff, the Deya Super Glue, 8% double IPA. It's 8. I assume it's 8%. It's 8% double IPA, and it's a supercharged version of the glue. Now, the thing is, if I'm doing that, I'm comparing that against the glue. I'm also comparing that against the glue. That would be very interesting. Those reviews will happen soon while these are still fresh. I wonder when these were brewed. So this was brewed on the 4th of February. So that's a couple of weeks old now. Just over a couple of weeks old. And this is the 6th of February. So they were all canned roundabout. They're all canned within the same week. The Super Glue, the Glue Tack, and of course the OG, the Deya Glue. And it's just hitting every spot. That is amazing. That is really impressing me. So there we go. That is it. The review of the Deya Glue. It is an absolutely banging. As far as I'm concerned, there are very few pales out there which even get close to this. Be really interested to see how the Super Glue and the weaker one compare against it. And stay tuned for those reviews. They might not happen straight away, but I'll certainly be doing them very soon while these are dead fresh. This one is coming out very soon as well, after I record this video, just so that it's pretty, recent, should we say, especially with it being brewed so soon. Anyway, I've waffled for far too long. I'm going to go now and enjoy the rest of this. Until next time, have a good one.